All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And thanks, Kim, for joining live. And for those of you that are going to join later and watch the recording, this is week 1 of the business basics. And so we're going to be talking about inviting and sampling and also the name list. All right, which can be a holdup for a lot of different people. And before we get started, I wanted to kind of show you what I have created for us so that this information will always be here for us and we can walk through it at any time. And after we get through the first 4 classes. So the first stop, I've created these units. So in the Empower Wellness team, in our team group on Facebook, typically you go in and you see the discussion, right? And you see the different stuff that people are posting. And but if you go into the units, this is where you're going to have the different information. So that'll be saved. Now I have the Getting Started, Joy of Sarah and Essential Oils, and then the stuff from this week is going to be go into here. But I want to make sure that if you haven't already, that people starting out, that they do this first Getting Started part. So there's, I think, 4 different things in here. So attending one of my Tuesday business intros, the Joy of Essential Oil, on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. And you can see that live. Well, I will attach a recording into this area after this next Tuesday's meeting. And or if you don't want to wait till Tuesday, then we can do a one-on-one business intro with you, or maybe like if your enrollee is not me, then maybe like you and your enrollee, we can do that little intro thing together. And then the next step would be to download the Back to Basics training manual that works with the daily mentor calls that we use for our training. So these daily mentor calls with Elise Shedvy, you register for them for free here as well at the dailymentorcalls.com. She's a triple diamond, all right? Probably pretty soon is going to be a triple presidential. And so she is the top distributor in doTERRA, and she's got it figured out. And she's done tons and tons of research and is wanting to share with us how to do this. And she's broken it down into little bite-sized pieces, into 50 little bite-sized pieces, and we'll go through it. So I'm grouping some of these together to get people started in these 4 basic trainings, which is also one of her recommendations. So just following along with what she's saying to be proven to work. So you'll start the training manual here, register here, and then schedule a 3-way call with your upline in doTERRA. So talk to your enrollee. If that isn't me, if it is me, talk to me. And we'll do a 3-way call with your upline in doTERRA so that they can get to know you and you can get to know them, and we can learn your story, your goals, and how we can serve you best, and also help you create a plan. All right? So getting through and doing those things, and then starting off with this first business basics. That's the next unit, which should be loading any second now. Or not. But yes, so the business basics week 1, there are now 0 posts in there because after today, I will be posting stuff in. So yeah. All right, so let's look specifically at the manual. And so I have just I have it just printed off and here handy for me. and we'll kind of look at this. So the very first thing that she invites us to do is make a list. All right, and on this list, you want to have 100 people. And so you're just making a list of 100 people, and you're going to do several things with this list. Let's load. And you might be thinking, oh, but I don't really know who to put on it. Just put everyone on it. It doesn't matter if you think that they would be interested in doTERRA or not. Also try to think of those influential people in your life, people you know that when they speak, people listen, all right? And because I'm gonna open it up this way. That's having issues. Because they're still a resource for you. This manual is fantastic because as you're listening to the different mentor calls on there, sometimes it's hard to like, oh wait, what was she saying? And it's good to have that visual reference. I'm a pretty visual person myself, so this has been really, really nice. And so with this name list, I want to have it handy. A lot of people, I like a physical, list just like the next person. But the reality of it for me is I'm not going to carry it around everywhere. But guess what? I carry this around everywhere for the most part. And so if I have my list on my phone, I can access it at any time. And as you are talking with people and staying connected with people, then you can always just jot down little notes of what you talked about and what their needs are, and identifying and seeing how you can serve. And I struggled for years to make a list. It felt inauthentic. It just didn't feel right for me. And I decided to give it a shot and to just do it. And I had an aha moment. And I've said this to a couple of people already, and so I apologize for the repetition of it, but I realized that if I don't make this list, and if I don't treat my doTERRA business like a business and do this systematically, I'm gonna let people down because I can't remember everybody. I talk to so many people. I love meeting people, and there's so many people in your life. And if you don't do it systematically, you're gonna miss someone. There's gonna be somebody that you could have served, but you didn't because you didn't do it systematically. And so doing it this way, I found that more people come to mind, and I can more authentically serve people and serve more people. It's fantastic. And yes, we've got scripts and things that we're going to go over, but when you know what works, when you know how to say something, then when it comes to actually speaking to that person, you're not worried about what you're going to say because you already know what you're going to say. Then you can just focus on that person and focus on listening to that person rather than being worried about what you're going to say. So it's beautiful. So it makes it this really wonderful, authentic conversation, and you're still able to serve people how you're wanting to. And at first I thought, oh, this is going to feel awkward and whatnot. But the moment that person says hello and we start talking, and it's just a wonderful experience. So give it a shot. Write your names list down and get those 100 names on there. And we're going to do several things. I use a Google spreadsheet, and I'd kind of started it a little bit before. I call it my impact list because these are the people that I have impact on their lives and they have impact on mine. and I have made different notes. Now, a lot of this stuff in here, I had transferred from like, what do you call it? From, what's happening? Sorry. I transferred from like my little drawing forms from my my booths and things that I would do. So I have a lot of different information on there. So the first things that you're going to do is you're going to make this list and you're going to rate them. And I'm going to go back to my original thing on here. There we go. Okay, so have your list of 100, and you're going to use a 7-point or a 7-star rating system to rate these people. What? I'm going to rate people? I'm going to judge people? What? No, it's not like that at all. They've figured out that there are certain characteristics of people that have been successful in doTERRA. So if part of what can really frustrate people in this business is you spin your wheels with people that really aren't great candidates to begin with. And so if you can identify who would be a good fit for doTERRA to start out with, and start your time there and touch on those people there and have that success there, you're still working through everybody, but let's start out with success. And it's not like, oh, they have billions of dollars, whatever. It's pretty simple things. This is how you're going to do it. So this is daily mentor call number 2. It invites you to make your list, okay, where you know you're going to be able to see it regularly, and then you rank them. So, and you give them a point for each of these things. And these are things in her organization and such, and looking at what are the characteristics of the people that have been successful on my team. And number 1 is female. That would be 1 point. Has a money, time, or purpose need. So they need to have a need. They need to have a hunger. All right. So if a money, time, or purpose need, that's another point. Between ages 30 to 55, this is a little bit flexible. But a lot of times younger are, they don't have as many health goals. And so it can be a little bit more difficult for them to be able to have those different experiences, whatnot. Interested in natural things, has business or sales experience, socially influential. So when they speak, do people listen? Do people listen to them? And has a supportive spouse or partner. All right. So in those are the things. Those are the 7 things. And they can have all of them. They can have a portion of them. They don't have to have all of them to be successful. By no means do they have to have all of them. But the more points they have from here, chances are they would be successful in doTERRA. So at that simple rating system of just 1 through 7 on there can identify where your energy should go in the beginning and who you first want to reach out to. And don't worry, she shows you how to reach out to them as well. And then you need to create a plan, decide. The next call is creating a plan. So to decide which form of contact would be most effective, walking them or talking to them in person, phone call, text, email, or social media. So it just depends on your relationship with them. What is going to be the best way for you to contact them? So on your list there, and you might have a column, like you have their name, and then a column like to the right or left or whatever, have their rank, and then the next one over, or even that same one, depending. I like to keep them separate. Have a, let's see, maybe put IP for in person. P for phone call, T for text, E for email, and SM for social media. And you just jot that down. That's it. You don't have to decide what to say. You don't have to say, it's just the best way to contact them. So when you come to actually sitting down and contacting, then there's no guessing involved. You already thought through it. You already decided it. And then you decide whether you want to approach them first with a product or business side of things. All right. And when you actually get to talking about doTERRA, if this is a person that you haven't talked to in a while, she talks about how, renew that relationship first. Have doTERRA come up naturally. You're not going to just, boom, hey, I want to talk to you about doTERRA. No, it's all about relationships. So she talks about how to establish that relationship first or reestablish it and then move forward. So those are daily mentor calls number 2, 3, and 4. So in this unit for this week, where did my pencil go? So can't find it. All right, so it's 2, 3, and 4 for making your list. Now, sampling is the next thing that we want to talk about. And these are the different scripts. And let's see, we have a product approach. If you already know their ailment, okay, so if you know what their need is. A product approach if you don't know their ailment, okay, and then a business approach, so depending on their need, a business approach, okay, and a business approach that for people that you haven't talked to in a while as well. And she has a script with all that. One of the things that she does with like different friends or whatnot, and you want to get a hold of them, sometimes you have trouble getting a hold of them. One of the texts that she likes to send is, I have great news, call me. And you can talk to them about how excited you are with your business and things like that. But don't tell them that in text, have them call you. And yeah, and you want to talk to them in person. You want to be able to have them hear the intonations in your voice and feel your excitement and really connect with them and feel them as well and feel where they're coming from. Okay, I'm going to try to see. Oops. Going all over the place. Okay. So here, right over here, is that you know somebody's ailment and you are wanting to share a sample with them. Okay? So right now, okay, and I'm gonna do this with you because I need to practice this too. Because after listening to these calls and looking at this, I'm going, man, this is fantastic. I am gonna do this. And when she gives a script, she's like, just memorize it. Memorize the script because like I said, then it's authentic to you. You can kind of make it your own after you've practiced it and used it this way a couple of times. And then you're not worried about what you're gonna say. You can just focus on the person and what they're saying. So I'm gonna invite you with me to read this and kind of pretend 5 times. I'm gonna mute myself and you can mute, and I would I would invite you. People might think you're crazy around you or whatnot, but try to say it in like a normal voice, okay? Because it feels different when you're whispering, all right? And so let's read it, just this one part here, because this is the one you want to give them a sample and you know their ailment, all right? And let's practice it. Kim, are you game? You're muted. I won't hear you, but we'll practice. All right? Well, unmute yourself to say that you're game first. I don't know. Hold on a second. Kim, where are you? Not sure. Maybe she's already practiced. She's deep into practice right now, maybe.
What did you say? I ran in the house real quick.
Okay, so we're gonna practice this script right here. Okay, so I'm gonna mute myself and you can mute yourself back. And this one right here is for you wanna give somebody a sample and you do know what their ailment is. And so I'm gonna mute myself and I suggest we like read it out loud 5 times.
Okay.
Okay? And like get it in our brains. So yeah, you game?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I'm gonna mute myself.
I'll mute myself. Did you get through it 5 times?
Yep.
Sweet.
It's hard to read. The screen is hard to read though, so it cuts out. Like on mine, I can't read the whole thing. But it's too big, so I had to kind of improvise.
Oh.
It might just be my computer though, so I had to kind of like improvise.
Which part can you do? Or which, like, the I've been thinking about you lately, can you?
Yeah, so I've been thinking about you lately, and then at the end it says drop it off or give it to you ?
Yeah.
So is there anything underneath that?
Nope, that it goes into product approach if you don't know their ailment.
Okay, so then the business one, it ends at I'm looking for.
And well, that one's a little bit longer. We were just doing this one though.
Oh.
Did you read all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you read fast. All these pop-ups. Okay, so with the product approach here, do you want to role play a little bit? And I can I can go first and just like I'll pretend that I'm calling you.
Well, my husband and I want to go somewhere at noon, so.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
Can we just try one time? Oh, you want to, so do you need to leave?
Yeah, pretty soon.
Okay. Do you want to try calling me, like right now, and pretend that I'm somebody you want to sample?
Sure. Let me
Okay.
move.
Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. Bring.
Hello.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
Good.
Good. Hey, I've been thinking about you lately. As you probably have seen, I've fallen in love with these essential oil things, and I have some pretty amazing experiences with them. Did I tell you that I burned my foot last night?
No.
Yeah, okay, so campfires are dangerous, just telling you. So I got this big blister on my foot and I used the lavender on it, the lavender essential oil, and it took the sting away. It feels so much better today and it's healing up really well. And I thought about you with you guys, all the outdoor stuff that you do and volleyball and all of that. And I'm sure scrapes and things happen. And the lavender is really great for that. I would love to give you a free sample of essential oils for you to try. They're often safer, cheaper, and often more expensive than medications. And I think you'll have a great experience. Would you like to try it?
Sure.
Are you going to be around tomorrow? I can just drop it off on your doorstep really quick too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there a specific time that works best?
Probably lunchtime.
Okay. And then I can give you a little bit of rundown on how to use it and whatnot.
Okay.
Cool. Well, I just had a quick minute and I just wanted to give you a call really fast. So I'll let you go and you have a great rest of your day, all right?
All right, thank you.
No problem. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Ta-da!
So you want me to do it?
Sure.
So I think I'm going to do it from the standpoint that I'm thinking about the high school grad cards I'm getting and the college preps for the kids.
Oh.
So I'm thinking about, giving them some intro kits as they're, as they go off to college. So it might be a little bit different.
Okay. So am I like one of your friends that has a college grad?
Yeah. Or just to the grad, so they're high school.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So hey, congratulations on graduating from high school.
Thank you.
And I'm super excited for your future. To get you going on your start, I want you to have some simple solutions to help manage the stressors and get yourself ready for college. So, you know me, I've been the crazy oil lady for a long time.
Love it.
And I wanted to give you a little bit of love in a bottle. So
No.
I'm going to give you the intro kit that has lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And I think it's a great way for you to start your journey in college. So lavender when you're feeling a little stressed out during finals. If you can't, when you're away from home in a strange place, put a little drops of lavender on
And
your pillow.
can I pause?
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't even go into that yet then.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I would, when you actually give it to them or
Mm,
something, then you can talk a little bit more. I'd just be, because a lot of times that our tendency with this is to overshare, like
okay.
over teach,
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so yeah.
So I'm going to come by and drop them off. And what time are you available? I'd like to talk to you about how to use them in college so that you're prepared. So I'd love to give you your grad gift.
Oh, that would be great. Let's see. I finish work at like 4 o'clock. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'll come by your house, or do you want to meet for coffee? I'll
Ooh.
buy a cup of coffee when it's
Oh,
not COVID-19.
bonus.
We'll go to Dutch.
Yeah. Bonus cup of coffee. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right. See you tomorrow.
All right, see ya. Sweet.
So that's what I'm kind of thinking right now is for these youngins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get them started.
Absolutely. So yeah, so this is already in that unit, so you can download it. It's also on that daily mentor call thing online. So yeah. So I wanted to show you as well, and I'm gonna continue, but before you have to leave, I will continue with the recording and do a little bit more practicing and things.
Okay.
So it talks about then like how to then sample. And that's going to be really, really important. So like we talked about with the guide and the essential oils. And so you don't want to be like, oh, this will definitely cure your blah, blah, blah. I mean, obviously not with, we wouldn't use ailment names anyways, of course, because we're supporting the systems, but setting up proper expectations to say, I've had great results, but every body is different. All right. And so if you're in, it's a great script here. I'm going to practice it after you go here because I need work on it. And saying, everybody body is different. And just like with medications, we need to be patient and find the one that works best. This is the one that I think would be best for the issue that you're dealing with. And so I would love to give it to you and let me know about your results. And if it doesn't work out, we can give something else a try. I really want to help you find a solution with this. So if you're willing to work with me and be patient, just like we would with a medication, then I'll do my best to help you get this figured out. Okay, so an expectation that they're going to try, they're going to give you feedback, and that you're not saying, oh, this is the final thing, right? And tell them how to use it. Okay, so I definitely memorize that. And then she has this wonderful breakdown. Oh, where'd it go? Where is that? She has this flow chart using the other things of when they have a good experience or a bad experience and what to do there. Okay. Because a lot of times we don't do the proper training on what to do when they don't have a good experience. Okay. So first off, let's practice a little bit with the setting the expectations. I would invite you to have your own printed copy so that you can practice these. and not try to read off of my screen. So if you wanted to take a minute and do that, you can pause and come back to the recording. So you need a sample of essential oils and like a quick reference guide of some sort, like an A to Z guide. So when you're dropping them off and you're giving them the essential oil and the stuff, you're telling them essential oils are similar to medications in this way. When you have an ailment, you go to the doctor and receive a prescription. And if you use it and it doesn't work, you don't usually think to yourself, I'm never going to try medications again because they're all useless. And what you think is that medication didn't work well on my body. So I need to go back to the doctor and ask him for something different, him or her. We have been programmed this way. We understand that medications often affect people differently. Essential oils are similar in the fact that each oil is not going to have the same effect on every single person. So if you use an oil and don't get the results you're looking for, that's totally okay. We can try something else. And if you are patient enough with essential oils, like you are with medications, we will find something that is safer, cheaper, and more effective for you. Okay, so I'm going to scroll that down a little bit. Hopefully you can see that more effective for you part. Okay, so I'm going to mute myself, and I suggest that you also take this time to practice for this sampling thing. And okay, so did you practice it a couple of times? All right. And then add on also what you were looking for. Hopefully you did that. I forgot to mention that. If you didn't, that's a really good part. So you explaining them how to use the oil, and then If you don't get, but remember, if you don't get the results you're looking for or hoping for, we can try something else. I'll call you in 2 days to see how it goes. Around when is a good time to call? So they're expecting this 2-day call. So you're building rapport with them during this. Sales happen, people are ready to engage and do something different after they trust that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. So you've reached out to them. That's your first touch. And you want to have like 5 touches. All right. So you've reached out to them. You have an offer to bring this essential oil over. You brought it, right? There's another touch. And you're explaining to them and they're thinking, oh, she did what she said she's going to do. And then the next time when you do the follow-up call, then again, you did what you said you're going to do. Okay, so then we're at 3 touches already with this person and building their confidence in not only the essential oils, but in you as well. So the next part is if they have tried, if they were able to try the essential oils, okay? Now, she talks about these in the mentor calls, and so this is mentor call number 9. So we're all the way from 1 to daily mentor call number 9 on here. 8 is delivering the samples and expectations, prepping the sample, all right, and understanding why about the samples, okay, and then learning the script in 8 about when you're delivering it. And now with 9, this is the 2-day follow-up. This is super important. And this is can be kind of a process depending on if they've used it or not. So you're not going to call them and go, hi, what did you think of the essential oil? Even though they said that, yes, they're going to use it. All right. If they've already reached out to you and said, oh, hey, I tried it, then yes, you can say, oh, hey, what did you think? But if you didn't know, if you hadn't, talked to them about it beforehand, then you like you said, at that time, you're calling them 2 days later and say, hi, have you had an opportunity to use the sample yet? Okay, have you had an opportunity to try the oil yet? Use that sample yet? And if yes, then we'll talk about that in a little. What I want to address is no. If they say no, that they haven't tried it. So you took all that time, developed, brought them the sample, they agreed to use it, you agreed to a time, and then life happens, right? And they didn't use it and whatnot. You're not going to, we don't want to guilt them into this, okay? So we want to keep that positive attitude going. We're on their side. So if no, you say, that's okay. Here's what we're going to do. When you get home tonight and start getting ready for bed, because we're talking about serenity and using serenity at night. And so then you repeat the thing. I think you're going to have a great experience. But if you don't get the results you're looking for, don't worry. I can bring you another sample. And if you're as patient with essential oils that are with medications, we'll find something that's safer, more effective, and affordable for you. So I'll give you a call in the morning to see how it goes. Okay, so we truncated it. We went from a 2-day follow-up to the next day. So like right after they say, so you're just being a little more direct with them. And I would say, like, when you're giving them the instructions for what to do and stuff, ask them, so does that work for you? Does that make sense? And they're like, yeah, I think I'll do that tonight for sure. Okay. So then they go, and instead of following up with them 2 days later, you're going to follow with them right afterwards. All right. Okay. So then you're moving on to the next follow-up. So if yes, we're going to go under. So hi, again, not saying, what did you think of the sample last night? What did you think of the essential oils last night? Because what are they going to do? They don't want to make, look bad. They're just going to say yes if they haven't, right? And then they might, and if you say, oh, what did you think? They're going to make up something, right? So And then it ends the conversation, and they might just go, well, it just didn't really work out for me. I don't think I'm really interested, and they're not wanting to really move forward. But if you say, hi, oh, so did you have the opportunity to use that sample of oil yet? And if no, again, that's okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Go get that sample right now. I understand that life can be really busy. Let's just take a couple of minutes, because I know you're gonna love this sample. And I wanna find this. Sorry, I'm going off script here. I shouldn't have. Go get that sample right now. And we'll do a little oil experience together as we talk. And so give them the opportunity to use that oil just really quick and feel the effects, and tell them a few things about essential oils, okay? So if they say yes, oh, so how was your experience? And if it's anything less than awesome, do not react or sound surprised. Simply listen to their experience. Restate what they experienced to you. So here's what we're going to do. If you continue to be patient with the process, I'll keep trying to find an oil that works for you. So recommended new oil. So have that in mind when you're talking with them. This one, so lavender, let's say lavender. Maybe with Serenity, their dreams were really vivid and they didn't really like it. So that happens sometimes with Serenity. What if we just try lavender? It's a little more simple, and it's very calming, and it's very multi-purpose. I think you may have a better result from it. I'm gonna get you a sample of that, and we'll see if that's the best oil to address your health need. And when we've found the right one, then you'll have something safer, more effective, and affordable to address your health. And deliver the new sample and restart the process. All right. So if they have an awesome experience with it, you move to inviting. You only move to inviting to a class after they've had an awesome experience. After, not before. Okay? You don't get them a sample at a class. You get them the sample before. All right? Okay, so effective inviting. So this is, Daily Mentor call 10. They have a great experience with oil, invite them to a class. 11, how do you get people to actually come to a class? And how important is the invitation to the class? All right, so these are a couple of things that you will need to also memorize. Now, remember, when you're calling people on the phone, you can have this still in front of you. Like, practice it, and rehearse it so it becomes authentic to you. But if you still, like, when it's time to pick up the phone and you're feeling a little nervous, you can have it right there. They can't see it. They can't see it. And so if you need that little thing that maybe you've highlighted or underlined or start a section or something like that, you can have it right there and have that confidence. Okay? So how to invite effectively to a class. So after they've had an awesome experience, remember, I have those live classes every Tuesday. So as you're working with people, boom, right after they have that awesome experience with essential oils, maybe it's on Monday or whatever. Hey, and you can invite them to this very next class on Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And I'll be live via Zoom, and then I'll also, and then after the 19th, on the 19th will be the first, like, when people can actually come into my place and we can, like, host a live class, which will be really fun because it's very interactive. Yeah, so anyways. So now you're going to invite them to the class. They've had this awesome experience with this one essential oil. If you think that, let's say Serenity, they had a good experience with Serenity. If you think that Serenity is awesome, that is just the tip of the iceberg. It's incredible how many things you can solve with essential oils. And so you can share one of the different experiences. Maybe we move to lavender, right? And then you can share about the burn thing as well. Or you can talk about a different essential oil, like deep blue, that's helped with like lower back or shoulders or neck or whatever. Just another experience that you've had with essential oils. Here's what we're going to do. There's an amazing Intro to Oils class on Tuesday and another class the very next Tuesday. And then maybe you have another class happening as well that you're hosting. You could have different options. I think what you will learn could change your life. I know it has mine. I just added that in, sorry. I would love for you to come. Which of those times works better for you? And set a date and time and let them know. You'll give them a call with details 2 days before the class, okay? So again, you're setting them up for being that you're going to contact them 2 days before. So then that would be the next touch. So then you're up to 4 touches when you're doing the reminder. All right. So, okay. So I want you to practice that 3 times. Ready? We're all going to practice the invite 3 times. So on your mark, get set. And make sure you include your experience. Like don't just skip over that part. Actually share like 1 or 2. I would stick with 1. It can get long-winded. So that's the last thing you want to do. You don't want them to end up spacing out on you. So just give them like 1 powerful experience and then move forward. Okay, so I'm going to mute myself and we will practice because I need to practice too. Okay, so I hope you got a chance to do that. If we were live together, we could do a little bit of role play. I hope you didn't skip that. I hope you didn't skip it. I hope you actually, pretended, because it's so, so important. You don't want to try it out and practice on people, right? No, you want to actually be confident and have it down for people. So now let's talk about the reminders. The 2 day before phone call reminder, and then the 2 hour before text reminder. All right. So always do the 2 day phone call reminder and the 2 hour text reminder. These drastically increase your attendance rates if you do them as you've learned. Do not change or tweak the reminders. They are proven to be the most effective way to help your prospects get out of the door and to your class. Now, when she says proven, she means that she has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on marketing research to figure out what things get people to classes, what things help people get to class and purchase, all right? And ready to engage in this essential oil lifestyle, in this doTERRA lifestyle, in this healthy lifestyle, all right? So, I mean, if you want to use your own $100,000 to do market research and not want to do it this way, by all means you can, but I'm going to try it this way. And I would like to invite all of us to try it this way, try how she's discovered, and see how it goes, all right? And if it doesn't seem to be working, revisit, right? And see if there's something that you might have missed or that you had tweaked and didn't realize or something like that, okay? So when you are calling them 2 days before, you're not like, oh, so you're still gonna come, right? No, you're with all the confidence, So call them 2 days before the appointment and give them, so this could be for a class, this could be for a wellness consult, this could be for some sort of one-on-one, all right? Same with like a business intro, things like that, anything. Yeah, so they're expecting your call, okay? So 2 days before the appointment, and give them some more info about the class. Do not ask them if they are planning on coming. Assume that they are, because they already told you that they are, all right? So, and you want to show that you have confidence in them. All right, so hi, I'm excited to see you. In the class this Thursday, well, it's going to be Tuesday, but in the class this Tuesday, we will be talking more about essential oils and anxiety. I think you will, and you can include any detail of what you think, what might interest them, that might be addressed in the class. Okay, I think it will really help your daughter. There will be plenty of parking on the street, so just find the closest spot. So that is just like details, right? So you're just giving them the different details. So yeah, so hi, I'm excited to see you. In the class this Thursday, we're going to be talking about anxiety, and I think it would be really helpful for your daughter. And there's going to be parking. It's actually around the left side of the house. This is actually from my house. When you come to my essential oil class, you go to the left of the house, and there's a bunch of parking in back. And that back building is where my office is and where the class is going to be held. So I'm so excited to see you. I just wanted to give you that different information. Have a great night. Okay. So assuming that they're going to come, and just giving you details to keep them interested and all that. All right. So the text 2 hours before. And so you can text, I'm excited to see you tonight. I have a surprise for you. All right. Now, I can't wait for you to come today. I've got a gift for you. So a surprise or a gift. And if they text you back and ask what the surprise is, simply respond with this text. Come and you'll find out. It's a surprise. Okay, so it's a surprise. You don't want to, you don't want to give it away. You can't give it away, then it's not a surprise. All right. And so note that you can have any small surprise waiting at the appointment or class. It could be simple as a sample of lemon oil or On Guard soaked apple slices. A surprise piques curiosity, increases your attention or your attendance. Okay, so that is how we do it. That is how we are effectively sampling and following up. So we have first reached out to them and we've invited them to try. Then we deliver the sample and we're going to set up those good expectations, right? Once they've tried, and then you do the 2-day follow-up, and you follow up until and repeat the cycle of having and sampling them until they have a great opportunity. So the cycle here is right here. So I'm going to zoom out. So you call them and ask them if they've tried the oil. If they've tried, then you ask them how their experience was. So if they say yes, that they've tried it, then they ask them about their experience. If it was great, you invite them to the class, okay? If it was not great when they had their experience, tell them about it, okay? This is like your total cheat sheet for all the stuff that we just talked about. Listen to what happened and has a script right there. If it was not great, okay? Then if it was great, then you invite them to the class. All right? So you can kind of just repeat things until you get to that great experience. So if they didn't try it yet, here's what we're going to do. All right, give them the instructions again and invite them to try it that evening or that day, and say that you're going to call them the next day. And then when you call them the next day, ask, again, did you have a chance to try it? We're not pressuring people. We're not guilting. We don't want them to feel guilty if they didn't get a chance to. Life happens, all right? If they didn't try it, have them try it right there. And then if they've tried it, if it was not great, then we're trying something different, right? And if it was great, you invite them to the class. Okay, so that is how that works. When you have done this properly, it increases attendance from like 20% to 80%, all right? 80%, guys, that's a game changer. It's an absolute game changer. And not only that, but they've had all of these touches, they've had this great experience, and then when they come to class, they're going to be an important part of the class in sharing and having the opportunity to share their experience. So we want to be sure to sample. It really gets rid of so many of the different objections. And we'll go over to that more when we actually get to teaching a class. So yes, so make sure that you get your guide downloaded, that you get registered for those daily mentor calls, and we can utilize this and practice away and have things down. So yeah. If you have any questions, put in the comments below, and make sure you reach out to your mentor, whether that's me or your enrollee, and just share what you've learned and your different plan. Show them, maybe screen share with them, show them your list, tell them about your list, how that's going. Practice your inviting, like your sampling scripts, and practice your inviting scripts. That's because that's the foundation. That is the foundation. All right, so I'm so excited for you guys to learn next week about the how to launch your business in 6 weeks and really create a foundation, and it's called Elite in 6 weeks. And that is unit number 2, and I'm very excited to share that with you next week. All right, have a great rest of your day, and I will talk with you all soon.